And it's news now. I am Frank Omalape. The former commander of Zamfara Road Traffic Agency, Zarota, Colonel Rabiu Garba Yandoto, retired his two children and some other persons kidnapped recently along Gusau Safi Road have regained freedom. The kidnapped victims were formally handed over to Zamfara State government by the military in Gusau for them to be reunited with their families. It will be recalled that the former commander, Zamfara Road Traffic Agency, and retired military officer Colonel Rabiu Garba Yandoto, along with his two children and two close associates, were recently kidnapped on their way from Yandoto Daji to Gusau. The victims were taken to Gusau from Faskari and formally handed over to Zamfara State government for them to be reunited with their families. Colonel Yandoto, who shared his experience while in captivity with journalists, says the incident is a further demonstration of the deteriorating security situation in the state. Deputy Speaker Zamfara State House of Assembly Musa Bawa Musa Yakuzo received the kidnapped victims on behalf of Governor Bello Mohammed.
This kidnapping may be a blessing to Zamfara State because I was able to see it with my naked eyes. All these unwanted bandits, especially the ones that are listed by the Chief of Defense Staff, had a meeting with me in the bush. We discussed so many issues. They have not terrorized me in any way. I was not beaten. Two of my children and the two other people that were together, they feed us very well. They give me opportunity to talk. So there is so many things and so many messages. I think why they did not take a drastic or a very bad action against me was because they have a lot of messages which they want to pass to the country. Some are top secret, some are official, some are ordinarily messages. So I don't want to disclose it now because I'm just being released yesterday and I want to go and rest.
I also want to extend our appreciation to the state government who try to enforce it to see that do everything possible to bring this very gentleman back to his family, and we ask you, inshallah.
The victims have since reunited with their respective families. And away from there now, the Edo State government has said that only 20 persons were kidnapped at the Iguben train station in the state on Saturday and not 32 as was initially reported. It said with the rescue of 7 hostages from the kidnappers' den, only 13 persons were still in custody of the abductors on Wednesday. The latest information was gotten from the intelligence report. The State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Chris Nihikari, said intelligence report says the kidnappers only took 20 hostages as against 32 initially reported.
From intelligence, we have discovered that the kidnappers actually made away or successfully holding just 13 hostages, not 31 as previously thought. This is from intelligence available to us now. I think they must have taken maybe 20. 6 were rescued or 7 were rescued, and the balance is 13 with them. The operation is still ongoing, and we are confident that very soon the ordeal of these innocent citizens will come to an end. The state government takes the issue of security very, very seriously. You know, the train station infrastructure belongs to the federal government. The federal government told Nigerians the other day that they have put in place very serious security architecture to protect all the train stations. And as a responsible state government, we believed the federal government was on top of this. And even though we have our local vigilantes and other paramilitary, we were not, they are not detailed to police the train stations or federal government parastatals. What we are doing, or what our people are doing, is for the protection and prevention of crime, especially within the communities.
And now the Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 7, Kaudi Egbetokun, has said the police will work more intelligence gathering towards securing for the forthcoming 2023 general elections. Egbetokun made the revelation during his familiarization visit with the Federal Capital Territory Police Command on Wednesday. He noted that police officers are the strategic managers for the provision of adequate security for election. He further ordered the FCT Police Command to intensify stop and search operations while urging the police officers to respect human rights and shun extortion in the course of their duties. Speaking to journalists during the AIG's visit, the AFCT Commissioner of Police Sadiq Abubakar said the command had developed and implemented operational strategies to combat crime. He said the development was in compliance with the vision and mission of the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba. Away from there now, the federal government has said that universal basic education will do everything humanly possible to strengthen early childhood education in state. Report said UBEC, a federal government agency under the Federal Ministry of Education, has the mandate to formulate and coordinate all programs related to the Universal Basic Education Program and also prescribe the minimum standards for basic education in Nigeria. In Nigeria, basic education is primarily under the control of state government. The UBEC Act mandates that state government pay a mandatory 50% counterpart fund to access the yearly interventions of the federal government. The chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Mahmoud Yakubu, says the commission is not contemplating any adjustment to the elections timetable, let alone postpone the 2023 general elections. Yakubu stated these at the presentation of electronic copy of 90,000 or 93.4 million voters registered to leaders of political parties on Wednesday in Abuja. He said that more than ever before, the commission was more prepared for the 2023 general elections and had now successfully implemented 11 out of the 14 activities on schedule for the elections. He added that similarly, following the display of the voters register nationwide and the conclusion of claims and objections by citizens, a new national register of voters has been compiled. On the register voter, Yakubu said over the cleaning up of the data from the last continuous voter registration from June 2021 to July 2022, where 9.5 million new voters were added to the existing 84.1 million voters. The preliminary register voters was about 95.5 million people. He said that when the register was presented to Nigerians for claims and objections as required by law, INEC received 53,264 objections from Nigerians to the prevalence of ineligible persons on the register by virtue of age, citizenship, or death, which were verified and removed from the register. Yakubu said that the soft copy of the breakdown and analysis would be uploaded to INEC website and social media platforms shortly. He reiterated INEC commitment to transparent, credible, and inclusive 2023 general elections, saying INEC would continue to take every step to protect the sanctity of the votes cast by citizens and to deal with infractions. This, according to Yakubu, includes the arrest and prosecution of persons that attempt to perpetuate illegality at polling units on election day, be they underage voters or vote buyers.